This is B Cameron 007 showcasing the set that got me to veteran rank in Go Battle League Season 9. So my team is Jellicent with Bubble and Bubble Beam and Shadow Ball. Those IVs. Altaria with Dragon Breath, Sky Attack, and Dragon Pulse. With these IVs over here. And then Ninetales, Alolan form with Powder Snow, Weather Ball, and Dazzling Gleam. The idea of this team is an AVB where I safe swap to Ninetales, trying to bait out Stunfisk or Bastiodon. That's also why Jellicent has Bubble. So start off the first game with a bad lead and a bad switch. We use Weather Ball and we get one shield, and now we're going to let Ninetales go down. So they farm us down, and we are going to come back in with Jellicent. And we tried to get the Bubble Beam before they got the Earth Power, but it was unsuccessful. And now we're just going to farm them down. I know this is just a Poison Fang, so I don't shield. I'm going to try and get off one Shadow Ball before I switch out when they bring back in their Venusaur. So I used the Shadow Ball, and they let it go, and I switched to Altaria. And they switch into a Azumarill, so this is terrible. So I use Sky Attacks, and I'm thinking right now that I'm probably going to have to catch a move on my Jellicent. Just because my Sky Attacks do not do too much damage to this Azumarill. Okay, so I shield the Ice Beam, I use the Sky Attack. And for some reason they let it go, which is very good for me. So I catch the Ice Beam. And then I come in. The Venusaur has what I'm assuming is a Sludge Bomb. So I farm that down. Now, I can't really use Sky Attack because I have a shield, so I just try and farm down, and it works. Now going into game 2, we have Jellicent versus Swampert. This is very good, because with the recommended moveset, Jellicent resists all the moves that a Swampert can throw. Now, this was a mistake by me. I shouldn't have switched into my Ninetales. I should have stayed in with Jellicent, because it's a better matchup. And I have my Altaria for Swampert in the back. So I come back in with Jellicent. I use Shadow Ball. And they bring in a Mandibuzz. Okay. So they use their move, and I let it go. I just barely survive it, and then bank the Bubble Beam. Now, this is a pretty good matchup here. Do need to watch out for the Sludge Wave, though. So I don't shield it, and I called the bait. Now, I do shield this one, but it's just another Hydro Cannon. And then another one, I know it can't be Sludge Wave just because they got to 3 Hydro Cannons so quickly. And then I go for a farm down, and I finish it off. Then I use Sky Attack on the Mandibuzz coming right in. This also baits a Moonblast, so they don't shield, which is strange. Then I come back in with Bubble Beam. So now their attack has been dropped, so I should be able to tank one move, I think. But it is shielded just in case. Now I use Sky Attack. They do get off the move. Leaves me with decent HP. That Bubble Beam really saved the game, and I survived with 1 HP and a Dream. Now going into the next game, it's Jellicent versus Stunfisk. So this is okay matchup, but I just switch out because that's not the Stunfisk I'm trying to bait out. And I bait out a Skarmory, so that's good. So I'm just gonna spam a bunch of Weather Balls. And see if I can grab a shield. So I'm not gonna shield it because I'm trying to get shield advantage to set up an Altaria sweep. And then I use Weather Ball. And I sadly don't get to that last one. So I bring Jellicent back in. And I shield it up, thinking it's gonna be a Brave Bird, but it is just a Sky Attack. So I farm them down. They bring back in their Stunfisk. I can tank 1 discharge. Like so. And then I go to use Shadow Ball. I get the shield. And I use Shadow Ball again. And then they get to a move, so I'm gonna have to let it go. But it's just a Mud Bomb, so I bring in Altaria. And they switch into Cresselia, so this is pretty bad for me, since Cresselia can learn Moonblast. So I do shield it up because of the Moonblast. And it is a Moonblast. So now I'm gonna try to get to Sky Attack. And I think I should be able to tank 1 Moonblast, just because Altaria is pretty bulky. But the Sky Attack takes them out, and then they top left. Now Umbreon, this is a bad lead. So I switch into Ninetales, and I bait out an Azumarill. So I'm gonna just go for some Dazzling Gleam spam. So I get them in the yellow. That's pretty good. They use a move. It's just Play Rough, so I tank that pretty well. And I get to another Dazzling Gleam. They shield that up. And it was a CMP tie, so I can let it go and come back in with Jellicent. Now I use Shadow Ball. And they bring back in their Umbreon. So then I use Bubble Beam just to drop the attack. And then I farm up a bit and catch the move on my Altaria. Now I bring in a Grand Bull. So that's just absolutely terrible for me. So I use the Sky Attack, and this game's looking pretty lost. Because even if I can beat the Grand Bull, no matter how much energy I farm up, it's not going to be enough to take out this Umbreon. So yeah, I just decide to let the foul play go, I think, yeah. Alright, into the next game. Swampert versus Jellicent. This is another good lead. So I don't need to shield anything with Swampert. Even Sludge Wave is resisted with my Ghost type. So that was, I think, on CMP, yeah. So we got that on CMP, which is good. Now that makes them shield, and then I save some energy with Jellicent, trying to see if there's like any Stunfisk I can bait out. Just because I know there's a popular team of Swampert, Stunfisk, and Skarmory. Okay, but there is no Stunfisk to bait out. I use one shield, and then I farm down this Swampert, and in comes a Medicham. So I throw a Dazzling Gleam just before I go down. And they let it go, that's really good. So now I can just let that Power Up Punch go through. Farm down with Altaria. And they bring in a Drifblim. So I catch the Icy Wind onto my Jellicent. That's pretty good. And try to get Shadow Ball. I get the Shadow Ball at the last moment. That's good. They shield it up. Now I throw Sky Attack. It's on CMP. That's pretty bad because that's gonna drop my Sky Attack's damage by a bit. So I throw the Sky Attack, and we farm them down just before they get to their Icy Wind, and then they top left. So I have one. So that's 4-1 for the set. It's a Seismitoad. So yeah, just fast forward to catching it. Transfer it, and now I can claim my rank reward, and I got to the veteran rank. So thank you guys for watching, and have a great day.